Your Excellency, on behalf of my team, I would like to thank you for hosting the semi-final debate. We are incredibly honored to be here in the Australian Embassy. Eloquent Chairman, I hope my speech will be as good as yours. Hear, hear. Distinguished members of the jury, coaches who helped their students progress, former debaters who struggled and made remarkable progress, delightful bellboy who gracefully reminds us the importance of punctuality, respected members of the opposition who, like us, struggled to get here, wonderful members of the proposition, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am Hanady, reporting live from ABC, Australian Broadcasting Corporation, covering exclusively this session of court that is about to begin in a few minutes. This session is the first confrontation of the two parties in this controversial case that has risen widely in Sydney in the past week. The National Corporation of Bridges and Sidewalks is accused of spreading false and misleading ideas, promising people that progress can come easily and thus drowning them in laziness. The government decided to strike while the iron is hot and to stop this dangerous propaganda by proving to the judges and to the world that if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Ladies and gentlemen, although we are in the Australian Embassy tonight, I assure you that this is no kangaroo court. Our respectable members of the jury are free of bias and will carefully consider each side. For those of you unfamiliar with the case, I will take a few minutes before the trial begins to explain the background of the government's statement, the meanings of struggle and progress, the relation between the two, and finally, present to you the fine law firm in charge of this case. August 3, 1857. The great orator Frederick Douglass delivered an inspiring speech saying, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up the ground.
On that point, please.
They want rain, no thank you, without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the awful roar of its many water. Many men may not get all they pay for in this world, but they must certainly pay for all they get."
That's
Yes.
Can we not also take what is offered to us without struggling?
Of course, but what is offered to us was the fruit of the struggle of someone else. Ladies and gentlemen, if we were to ask Frederick Douglass about struggle, he would touchingly describe the pain in being born a slave.
On that point, please.
No, thank you. And his ruthless fight against slavery. But to us, lucky fellows, who were born after the Declaration of Human Rights, to us, struggling can be many things. Now let me ask you, my loyal audience, how many of you struggled to get out of bed this morning? To resist a delicious scoop of ice cream when you're on a diet?
On that point, please.
Yes.
Do you really think that getting out of bed is the kind of struggle who will take us to progress?
Of course, when I get out of bed to go to school and to learn and to become an engineer, it's a progress. Struggle is a lot of things, but it mainly comes in two forms. The first definition of struggle is the hard work we endure when we are striving towards a goal. In other words, to make progress. The second definition of struggle is the difficult situation that one must endure because of oppression or injustice. The need of progress itself comes from people struggling in situations that are difficult. I mean, think about it. Why would you need progress if everyone was already happy and satisfied? This kind of struggle is the reason to want change, but wanting isn't enough. To actually achieve it, you need to struggle for it. You need to want it so bad that you would risk anything for it. You need to dive into it and fight for it. And when you achieve it, it's this struggle that will give you satisfaction and gratification. Thank you. reason and it's the way. It's the motivation to leave and the road to take. And progress is the destination. But how can we define progress? Progress is a movement towards a goal or to a further or higher stage. It implies growth, development, and continuous improvement. But sadly, it's not always the same person that does the struggle that collects progress. But that's just the way it goes. The workers who built cathedrals and monuments throughout history, they died long before they were finished. But it's their progress and their struggle that made our progress in our modern days. And it's what makes Paris, no thank you, and many European capitals among the most touristic cities in the world. So remember, anytime you experience progress you feel you didn't struggle for, it is simply because someone before you struggled to get it and you were just there on harvest day. Fine audience, I have reminded you of some facts about the government's position. And I know you're all as excited as I am to follow the course of this trial. The government has hired a fine law firm to defend this case. Frederick Douglass and Associates, also known as FDA. Xavier, the brilliant lawyer, will stand before the judge and show the world through history that no social progress ever came easily. Matthias, a dedicated scientific, will make an intervention on how even in science every progress came after thousands of failures. Adriano, a compassionate psychologist, will care to explain to you how, on the individual scale, accomplishing your growth as a human being takes a lot of effort and endless struggle. Finally, the Roman, the sharp and wise lawyer, will wrap all of what has been said into a closing argument. This has been Hanady reporting live from the courtroom. Oh, what's that? Ladies and gentlemen, I have just learned that the opposition are struggling to find good arguments. Ladies and gentlemen, accept this motion.
I thank the Speaker for her cathedral speech and call upon the opposition Prime Minister.